Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's Friday. It's been for a short week, a long week. We've been making new lows in the markets as the market tries to gauge how big the U.S. crops are this year and how big the world crops are, and if there's a demand enough to satisfy that supply, or do prices need to go lower. Overnight prices a little bit higher. We're trying to decide, is this evening up in front of the long weekend? Is it evening up in front of some private crop estimates that are due out later this morning? Are we evening up because of Ukraine, Russia, unknown? Are we evening up because we're oversold? Or are we just evening up because the market's a little bit nervous about next week's weather? We have one weather model that shows cold temperatures moving out of Canada into the U.S. northern plains. Right now, it doesn't look like the duration is very long or the temperatures are that cold to cause any crop damages, especially in North Dakota, but we have to respect the maps and kind of look forward and see what it might do if the temperatures came out colder than expected and lasted longer than expected. You have about 180, 190 million bushels of beans up in North Dakota that could be susceptible to at least some quality concerns if temperatures get very cold late next week. As far as prior to that, it looks like we're going to have normal temps and normal rains. From a cash standpoint, we're starting to see the old crop soybean basis erode a little bit as we get closer to harvest. Corn basis is just not moving at all, which reflects, number one, anticipation of a big crop, but number two, maybe as this early harvest may not be coming to the market as much as some people had hoped. And that's still a big unknown, especially in corn, is whether the farmer's going to sell the crop or store it this year. Other than that, the Argentina government has asked farmers to report on what their soybean stocks are. Some people feel that this is kind of pushing to a head. Argentina trying to get the farmer to sell all the beans that they have in storage. The Russian ag minister came out and said they could limit exports over a certain amount to try to keep domestic supplies satisfied. And I don't think anybody thinks they're going to ban exports, but it is interesting that they're talking about limiting exports when they have a record supply. Other than that, we'll just be watching the export sales, see if the sales are still good in beans for new crop, and if we're picking up any business in corn and wheat. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.
That's his favorite class. She was at the football game last night.